Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
All right, welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. And if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us where you live and what you do for a living.
Hello, my name is Adam Bitton. I am from Dallas, Texas. I'm the owner of Bitton Diamonds, and I am a custom jewelry shop here in Dallas, Texas. I have a little showroom at the World Trade Center, and I recently actually just partnered up with a really great watch team, Grand Caliber. And yeah, it's me.
Awesome. So how did you get the idea to start your business?
I've been in the industry since about the age of 23, I'd say, when I first came back. I first fell in, started working at a diamond cutting facility. And from there, I just learned about the industry and I loved it so much. I went and got my master's. And by that point, I was kind of like struggling finding work. I decided, hey, I've been in this industry long enough. I know enough about jewelry. It's about time I start my own thing. So that's how I got into it.
Was like your family into it, or I guess like what made you, I guess, start earlier, like and want to even like think about pursuing it?
Honestly, I never really thought about pursuing it until one day I came back from undergrad. I didn't have any other job options on the table and asked my parents, hey, do y'all know anybody that can help me get into some type of good industry? And they knew people in the jewelry industry. So
That's awesome.
how I fell into it.
So what does a typical day look like for you?
Any day is different because being a one-man show, I'm doing everything from the sales to the purchasing to the accounting to building the website to the marketing. So every day is a different day, but I'd say every day looks different. So it's a very tough question to answer.
But do you guys get most of your customers like from the retail showroom or from your website? Like, what does that look like?
Mainly word of mouth as of now, but I have been working on building the online presence and Google presence.
For sure. So I guess like in terms of an online presence, like why is that like it's like important for your business?
Well, in business school, they teach you that people, before they actually make a purchase, they usually click or look at certain forms of media of yours either 5 to 7 times before they actually go through and actually make a purchase. So whether it's via conversation, via website, via whatever method of showroom, all that, it takes people a little bit of time to build confidence to someone, especially when making such a purchase like this that's personal for them.
Right. For sure. I mean, but like, it's like obviously, I mean, you guys have very good reviews, like 5 stars. Like, how have you been able to achieve that, like in your business, like in terms of like your level of service that you provide, just even like compared to your competition?
Well, as they say in sales, pretty much customer is always right. So you always have to cater to the customer's need and the will. In the jewelry business, whenever you're dealing with customers, you get very involved in their lives. You're hearing their stories, you find out about, how they fell in love, why they want to get married, why they're getting engaged, all these kind of things. And whenever someone purchases a piece of jewelry from you, it's a personal thing. They have many options to go to. They can go to any store they want to. So having that nice touch, that like personal feel, I think that's what really matters.
For sure. So I guess like, how do you focus on customer lifetime value? Like once somebody buys from you once, like how do you re-engage somebody to come back and buy more after that, that they have this great experience buying from you?
That's a good question, actually. I don't push my customers to come re-engage with me. Most of them are pretty loyal. They just know to come back. And if they have any jewelry needs, they know that my shop's the best shop to come to, where you can get designer quality jewelry at a fraction of the price compared to retail.
For sure. So obviously now, like you mentioned in 2024, that you're focusing more like on your online presence. So I guess like what are some of your like, other goals or objectives for this year that you really just want to accomplish?
This year I'm working on building a bigger team and better team. Because saying that I'm a one-man show, it's just become a little bit more difficult the more business I started gathering. So I want to be able to take someone on that I can teach this business to and help grow it to what it should actually be.
For sure. Because like you mentioned that you just partnered with somebody. So can you just talk, more about that? Like, what does that look like? Is that going to help, kind of take some time off your hands? Or I guess like, what does that look like for your business?
Yeah. So the great thing about partnering with Grand Caliber is they have a very great online presence. They have a really good YouTube channel. If no one has ever followed it, please go follow it. They have like over 150,000 subscribers and going, and they're just great when it comes to media. They have videographers on deck. They have website developers. They have photographers. They have everything that I'm kind of lacking right now. So that's why I feel like this partnership is going to be good, and we're going to complement each other very well because they're both very complementing industries for one another.
For sure. So they're going to kind of help like with your watch side of the business, right?
Correct. And I'm helping them
Awesome.
with the jewelry side.
Okay. So are they like also have like a storefront near you, or are you going to have like their products, in your shop? Like, what does that look like?
So currently I am actually working on moving showcases in my office towards to their office. It's off of McKinney Avenue in downtown Dallas, and it's a perfect location uptown over there. So yep, it's really nice large location. We got a really good showroom over there. We have plenty of different watches and different types of jewelry for people to come look at, and it's gonna be nice. I think we're gonna do a lot of big things for Dallas.
Awesome. So like essentially that you're going to be working together, like, have both your showrooms like all in one place, and somebody can kind of be like a one-stop shop for jewelry with you and then watches from them and just get everything all like in one place.
Correct.
That's awesome. So when is this happening? Is it like in the next few months, or like when are you moving over there?
Oh, we're actually in the current process of moving right now.
Awesome. So I guess like with that, is it still going to be like your own brand within like their company, or I guess like, or is it just going to be like all one company? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is right now. Currently, it's just going to be my own brand under their company. And in the future, we're going to see how it looks, maybe like, merging the two eventually, hopefully.
For sure. So what would you say is like the biggest challenge that you face in your business?
Ooh, indecisiveness from customers. I'd say, it's difficult sometimes, making this type of purchase. People don't always know what they want. A lot of men don't understand jewelry as well as women do. And, it's usually men buying jewelry for women. So that's usually my biggest, I say, hurdle to come over is trying to get someone to pick the piece that's right for their counterpart.
So how do you help solve that problem? Like, how do you like help guide somebody who's not sure if like this is like the right piece for their spouse or partner?
I honestly like to go with more of the classic timeless looks rather than like the gaudy out there like art deco type of looks and stuff like that. I think less is more sometimes when it comes to jewelry, especially if you're purchasing from me, because I always try to focus on high quality stones and high quality diamonds. And if you do too much to a ring or to a setting, it kind of takes away from the center stone. So I always try to keep it more a little simplistic. And at the end of the day, what it truly matters is that you're giving a piece of jewelry to someone that you love. And at the end of the day, as long as they love you, they're not going to care what it looks like as long as you put the effort, you put the time, and it's not just too far out there.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I think that just people oftentimes like with jewelry are sort of like overthinking it, but like if you can kind of guide them, like you said, with the more like simpler route, it's much more effective.
Exactly.
So I guess for you, like in terms of like your business, what would you say is like the definition of success when it comes to running it?
Hmm. Definition of success when it comes to writing it. That's a difficult question. I can't say I've ever really thought about that. Honestly, at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that I'm taking care of my fellow peers and friends and making sure that they're not paying outrageous prices and I'm consulting them on making a proper purchase because this is a once in a lifetime purchase. This is going to set you on a journey that's going to, take you on the next chapter of life. So I want to make sure that I'm making them the best possible purchase because I don't want them to go to say one of these brick and mortar retail stores that have so much overhead that they have to charge 10 times what they actually cost on a piece.
Right. And like on top of that, it's not as personalized. Like, you kind of are able to provide more of like a white glove experience as opposed to maybe like somebody working at a store. It's like a little bit of it's like a different show per se.
Exactly.
So I guess for you, right, like obviously now in 2024, many people are looking at different ways to use technology like AI. So do you guys use AI in your business? And if not, like where do you see it maybe coming in, like, helping you guys out?
I haven't been using AI yet, but I know there's a lot of AI coming into the industry soon. I hear that there's like AI jewelry design going on now, stuff like that. And I know I can use AI to help build the website content. I've kind of looked into that a little bit, but honestly, I feel like AI, when it comes to something so personal like this, isn't going to be necessarily the answer. It's going to definitely be a tool. It's going to help push things like ads and those type of things. But other than that, I probably won't use AI for anything more than just marketing.
For sure. So what would you say is like the one biggest piece of advice that you wish you knew before you started this business?
I would say that honestly, you have to really like it if you want to be in this industry. You can't do something that if you're not sure of it, if you're not liking it, if you're not enjoying what you do, that's what really matters. As long as you're enjoying what you're doing every day, that's what's important. Honestly, everyone that I talk to when I first try to get in the industry try to talk me out of being in the industry. Almost everybody I know is like, why are you going to be a jeweler? You have a master's degree. You could go make so much money. You could do this, you could do that. But at the end of the day, I wanted to follow my passion and I wanted to do what I cared about doing. So I didn't listen to them. I went on my own path and I did what I did and created this company out of pretty much nothing. So
That's awesome.
you just have to make sure you're following your heart.
Yeah, I feel like everybody I talk to in this industry is so passionate. Like I haven't seen it with like any other industry, but like in jewelry, people just really love it, and that's awesome.
Exactly.
So if we're gonna have this conversation again in 1 year from now, where do you see things going for your business?
Ooh, that's a great question. Hopefully up. That's all I know. I
Oh,
just growth. I want to be able to have a bigger custom design house. I'm be able to push out more projects within a shorter amount of time and just have a bigger online presence by then.
awesome. And we're rooting for you guys. So if somebody watching this wanted to reach out to you, do you mind sharing your website or social media? I guess the best ways to get in contact with you.
Yeah, best way to contact me is either just to call or text me. Honestly, my phone number is 214-394-8748. I'm always available via text, phone. Also, you're also welcome to get on our Instagram, Bitton Diamonds, but there's not very much going on there yet. I'm still working on that online presence. Website is currently being refurbished. So that's going to be up and running hopefully in the next 2 months. And yeah,
Awesome. Well, Adam, thank you so much for your time today.
I appreciate you, Dan.
Thanks. All right. Bye.
Such a pleasure. Take care.